I am well. I am well. I am well. And
I'm
how are
so
you too?
happy. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for coming on, especially with this topic. Very important, and I can relate to it. But we'll wait. I'll allow you to ask me these things later on. So I'm going to let you lead the way because you did come up with the topic. But being
Hmm.
a part of the diaspora, I do have opinions and ideas on this that I would like to share later when you are ready. Okay. So,
Yes.
and then later on, we'll open up the chat room and or the line for others to come in and ask questions if they so choose. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we want to say thank you to Marie.
Marie.
Actually, yes, my
Oh,
wife.
Marie came up
Actually,
with the topic.
yes, she pulled
Oh,
everything. I didn't
my
know them.
apologies. Oh, excuse me. My girl Marie came up with this question. All right. Shout out to Marie. All
She
right.
put me in a hot seat. I understand. This is a um, hot topic, so to say. It's not straightforward topic. I'm saying that because anytime that you talk about the positives about Africa, you get two enemies. You get the Africans who fight with you, and then you have everybody else who has to agree with it. And we will go into, why is like that. I actually have friends, I mean, on our WhatsApp pages, school friends, who really get offended to hear us talk about the good things in our country. And usually they will say that, why don't you balance it? You have to be objective. And when they say that you have to be objective, it means that you have to define Africa as we know it, which is Africa is poor, is disease, is very tough, bad roads, every negative description that we all know. But I tell them that you've been brainwashed. And if you want the negatives, then go to CNN and BBC and UN and all those great people and their institutions, because they have defined us for the last 600 years or so. And so in all of us, I dare say that in a very high percentage, we are all very much negative towards our Africa. It's almost impossible to see an African who is very much positive about Africa. And I dare say black person who is very positive about Africa. We are very much objective. Objective means that you have to talk about all the negatives, and everybody else is on the same thing. The white people, in their description, we have experts on Africa in all these institutions who totally just have to describe Africa. We have to have poor Africa, the poor in Africa, everything. I mean, look at COVID when it came. That's what they had to describe us with. Africa that is not equipped, and we have believed that as a people. So to be positive about Africa takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of mental shift. Very difficult, very much difficult, I dare say. So we will discuss some of them, and then we will see. But I know that a lot of our people will be much negative, and it's okay. It's okay because it's something that we were born into. We have to agree that we were born into a system for the last 600 years or so, which has been largely run by Anglo-Saxons, the white people, and their agenda. And that is the system that has run almost through everything, on almost everywhere, on the continent and around the world. This is what we've been born into. And so our understanding of this is so critical to how we describe ourselves. Because if you are very much fair and we agree with what the stereotype, the propaganda, because when I'm talking to somebody in America, for instance, when they are talking about all the good things in America, they don't say balance it. If you talk to the average African in Ghana, for instance, and they are talking about America, they can describe all the nice things in America, but they never say balance it. Be honest with it. It's only when it comes to Africa, then we say be honest with it. And if you go to all the embassies in American embassy, Canadian embassy, UK embassy, and look at how people will go and queue there. If they think there are negatives there, do you think they will ever go there? Sometimes we even go to churches and they are praying for us to get a visa, and it's a blessing to get a visa and go. And this is the conditioning that we have had. And so it will take a lot of information to be positive as an African. And there are a lot of gains that we stand to have if we that positive about Africa. I will use myself as an example. I grew up in Ghana. I first degree here. I went somewhere, school. Then I came back. I dare say that if you want to live your life here and live your dream, you must be that absolutely positive about almost everything that you've been told about Africa, which means you have to think opposite almost everything that you've been told about Africa. Because the things that will tell you that Africa is negative, they're obvious. It's disease, they're obvious. And those things break our focus. They break our strength. They break our persistence, because you are always looking at the negative. My friend told me a story. I'm not a friend, somebody who watched my channel. And a lot of the young people from Ghana who watch the channel, they live in America, they live in England. They say, I watch your channel and I started to believe in myself and I started to believe in our continent. Why? Some of them have even said that I've started to build some businesses here. I've started to, make right decisions with my money. Why? Because of information. Because of the topics that I treat, I'm very much systematic about them. And some of them, you don't have to agree with them. But my mission is what? My mission is to tell you that all that you have is enough as an African. And Africa is enough if you really understand what we have been through. And when you say things like that, then they say that you are not honest, you are not straightforward. Everybody is not like you. Everybody is not, cannot build business. Everybody is not educated. You know, go to the street, people are selling. People don't have water, food to eat. I say yes, but let's put those things into perspective. There are so many things that we can put in perspective. Because America and the West, the biggest job that they have done to all of us is like their movies. If you go and they're acting the movie, when you see the movie, it's so much different from the processes they use to produce that movie. It's propaganda, it's branding, it's package, it's cosmetic. And that is the institutions that the West have used. And that's why a lot of us, even though we sit on gold, you can have medical doctors who leave their job because they want better pay. A lot of it is not because of bad pay; it's because of the programming. And so the boy in England, he told me that when I decided to come to Ghana and continue, my life, the Ghanaians that I told them in England were so furious with me. That, what are you going to do in Ghana? It doesn't worth it. The politicians are corrupt. Nobody will help you. The system is corrupt. They will extort from you. It will frustrate you. The workers will steal from you. The work ethics are evil. All those descriptions. But in the midst of all this, I'm saying that if you want to do well here, you must be absolutely positive. And there's something that calls for this positivity. We all understand from what we have put in us. We understand life and we understand the world and the structures that run this world by what we have studied. So far, the education that they have given us, the media content that we have had, the world that we see, Africa has not been defined better than the negatives. Not anything beyond the negatives. That's why, yes, if you tell somebody that you are from America and you live in any part of the world, they will tell you, take me to America. But I'm sure that if you told them that you were from Togo or you were from Burkina Faso, they wouldn't say, take me to Burkina Faso. How did they get to know that? Because of the movies, because of all the things that we have seen. They have never been there, but they will not use negative to describe them. So I think that the history will come in series. A lot of the history that they teach us is just the slavery and the colonization that they have taught us. Okay, for you to have a positive outlook of Africa and as an African, you must know far more beyond the slavery and the colonization. The history as the white people have taught us, in quote, the white people, the European system have taught us, and they have taught this kind of history all throughout, everywhere. It doesn't matter where you were born, in Jamaica if you were born there, or in America or in Africa. This history is hinged on Africa is lazy. Africans are not wise. Africans are backward. We have to civilize them. We have to polish them. We have to give them education. We have to give them Christianity. We have to give them democracy. We have to teach them how to wear suit and tie. All that, all of us. This is what we've been born into. This is the world that we know. You know, so we have a lot to learn. And we have our own people who will fight these things. They will fight it with their blood. Even this one that we are discussing, you have people who come and tell you all kinds of things. And a lot of them were born in Africa because we don't understand the structures that run this world. And these structures, anything that has to do with the wealth of Africa being run by Africans, by us. Anything that has to do with innovation, wealth creation, entrepreneurship, success creation. These ones, the systems will come against it. And that's why they come. If anybody, you can feel the heat. If you tell anybody that I'm going to Africa, you can feel it. It's almost like it's spiritual force. It's heavy. Even discussing this topic is heavy. I tell you, it's heavy. When Marie said that as this topic is too controversial and it's heavy, because the people who need it most are not ready for it because of the conditioning. And it doesn't matter their status or their level of education. If they don't know, they don't know. You know, so Africans have been groomed, have been nurtured, have been brought up in a system that they just have to be negative towards themselves. You know, so I don't know if you hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. So the positivity will require a lot of energy. It will require a lot of knowledge. We respond. Is it the way we are using the internet, for instance? We want to feed on trivialities and shallowness. You know, so our people will just be looking for things very shallow. Instead of us to say that, listen, this is our heritage. In spite of all that they have done to Africa, we're still very prosperous continent. We're still very knowledgeable people, very intelligent people. It's just the data. And that's why it doesn't take long. If anybody connects with this data, they become less frustrated, and they start to believe that this is what they hate from us. Okay, and this is why young people are trying to find out, because if you're an African and you don't find this positivity, if you're an African and you so think that Africa is backward and negative and disease, it's not that you are thinking, because yourself, the livelihood that you live as a person will never bring you satisfaction in this life. It's the thing that you live that is beyond you. You know, and when you look at your people and they are described like that, and you agree with it, you will never be at peace, no matter how much selfish you are. So you can see people, they are just trying to say, oh, you know, I have a very comfortable life in England. Why should I go to Ghana? But you know, and I know that this system has created frustration for you. It doesn't matter what car you drive. It's still on credit anyway. You know, so this understanding that the wealth that we have, because if for instance, it's going to take you and me to build businesses, create institutions that will create opportunities for our people. If you are negative, you will never be able to even get the ideas to build businesses on our continent and even have the strength, because the moment you are negative, your strength is gone. To even have the strength, because building business it requires a lot of strength. So the only thing that is going to keep you going is the bigger vision, is the positivity, is the optimism. You don't say that balance it with the negative. You don't. If you want to win in this life, you focus on your strength. Focus on the positive. Are you saying that the negatives are not there? They are there, but you don't focus on that. Your eyes must be on the strength, on the wealth, on the heritage, you know, on what you have that can win. That's why if you see a boxer is all the techniques that they have, they focus on the one that they are very good at naturally and that they have polished. They win with that. The moment they try to master their weakness, they lose. So the idea is not for us to master our weakness. The idea is for us to strengthen where we are strong. You know, so we are saying that if you come to Africa, even if it's 1% truth or 1% positivity that you can see, focus on that. the Bonsu project that you have done, I can tell you that if you were negative, you will not put up with all the oppositions or the troubles that you go through. It takes strength to build anything. It takes strength to cause change. And so if they've been able to tell you that this Africa is bad, why? Because they don't want you to be the ones changing it, or they don't want you to be the one being in charge of the prosperity. Because now you think that there's nothing there. So what do you want to go there? You want the gold is there. The Chinese, the Europeans, they showed the negative, but they're in the mountains. So the negativity, I think, is more as an agenda for them to take the wealth and for us to continue to be the ones receiving salary and being happy of corporate positions when the wealth is there. Because all of us, if you're very much positive and optimistic, you can take any industry and build it and create wealth for all of us, and it will take high level of optimism. High level of optimism. You don't have to bring any objectivity. It won't work. Why? Because the system has been so much imbalanced for hundreds of years. It's perpetually negative. Perpetually. All the Africans, I'm telling you, go to anywhere in Africa, go to anywhere. The average African that you talk to, no matter even how conscious and how strong they are, there are other tendencies that they will always be hit with another way, because the negatives come in so many ways. So for those of us who want to change, because a lot of people want Africa to develop, you cannot be objective and be negative and still expect us to go anywhere. It's not going to happen. It will take those of us who are crazy enough to see all the good things in Africa. So if you're selfish, no problem. You can live for yourself. But if you want to change this story on Africa, it will take those of us who are almost crazy to believe that this is it. And this kind of strength comes to those who are very much. So we are not looking for people who are just trying to go for, selfish gains. And we have many of us like that, because that's the program. That is the program. We go for our comfort, we go for our convenience. So when I travel the road and it's bad, I say, Ghana, where is all this? Ghana. But if you study the history, you see that Ghana, maybe they have done well. Don't forget, the government that they left, the government that the British had, was to protect the British, was not to serve the people. And when they took over, I can tell you that the Africans who took over, who were educated by them, who were, Christianized by them, were not there to serve the people, they were there to serve themselves. As a matter of fact, we still have a lot of them like that. So the moment they think like the white man, they are not serving their people, they are serving themselves, and they're serving the white man. And these things then create the negativity, because then you can have a lot of things to complain about. But if you have proper understanding of the structure, you will know. Not only the African structure, but the global structure that runs it. Especially in terms of money, trade, military power, diplomacy, as they call them. You understand that this Africa can only change it when we have African children anywhere in the world who see the need to be positive and be one and promote ourselves. And those of us who come together, we are not saying that everybody, because it takes a lot of information to build this kind of thinking. It's like building a business. Entrepreneurship is very difficult. If you're weak, you cannot do it. And you cannot be strong when you have a weak mind. It's as simple as that. And we are not talking of objectivity. That's why when you said that we were going to build business, almost everybody you knew told you that there was no need. You can do it. People have gone and they have failed. Why? Because that is the system. It trains you to be afraid. It trains you to be very comfortable until you are old and you see that you'll be screwed. Because the moment you go, it opens. All right. So if you focus on just the negative, you will lose a lot of things. And you'll be the one complaining all the time. So this is part of the maybe the introduction or the submissions that I'll make. I will let you.
Yeah, I truly appreciate all that you shared right there, because wow, I mean, you hit it on so many levels. As a diaspora who was born in the West, and learning to connect with the continent, my early days were that of, Daddy, I want to go to Africa. No, it's too dangerous. So that was it. Don't ever go there. Don't, And so unfortunately he passed away. And I still thought about it. I couldn't shake it. But the good thing is that Africa is very vast. And luckily for me, I had an ancestral pool. So therefore, when my father passed away, he began to communicate with me and actually guide me that. But one thing, I will share as far as being an entrepreneur, I was an entrepreneur in the States. And one thing I learned about myself there is that it was not easy working for yourself. You had to be progressive. You had to be steadfast. You had to be focused, or it's not just something together. It takes time, to really find your niche and do well and all this stuff. So anyways, I had so much optimism and positivity that I felt that no matter where I went in the world, I was going to be a success. And so once I started channeling my ideas towards the continent, I had zero doubts. Now with business, you have ups and downs. And so earlier when I was talking about, okay, we had an issue with the media, at the end of the day, any entrepreneur knows that a viewer is the market. Even if we're not selling anything, we're still kind of selling something. That is just what it is. And even if it's positivity, a smile every day, a breakfast shake, whatever it is, they're looking for this thing. And so whenever you have a bit of a glitch in the matrix, people get shocked and they're like, oh, what's happening? And so in my business, although it's not, a business like my real business, there were losses. There were losses from that, and they were indirect. It wasn't something that I caused. And so I had to sit back, and look at my life. And never did I ever say I'm going to quit. Never did I ever say I'm going to leave Africa. Never did. None of those thoughts ever crossed my mind. Never. Because I came with a vision. I felt it. I didn't feel like this business vision because I'm already an entrepreneur. So I knew that wherever I went, it was going to be a success because I don't give up. See? Yeah. So as far as those in the diaspora who are, kind of like, oh, I don't want to mess with that. It's not for that kind of person. It's just not. It's for those who actually sit down and think and strategize and plan. So no matter what you go through, you're going to push through. There's nothing that can stop you. Never. It's not going to happen. And so, I commend all of those who have, set sail on that migration, to the continent, wherever they've gone to do what they do. It takes a lot of fortitude. You can't be a give up person. A weak-minded person, and so one thing I want to say regarding, using the media for our businesses, because we don't have to do this, businesses still run. But with regards to this, I want to, share something with those out there who may be new to YouTube or maybe don't know about entrepreneurship and how we have to be careful about our competition, because you can't shut down other businesses. When we think about YouTube, these are different businesses. That's how I see them. So we had an issue where some of the other businesses wanted to smash on other businesses. And the thing about the real world in business, that's very problematic because you can create losses in other people's lives. And so when I see all these things happening, I'm just like, but I'm here in Africa. I still have to survive. I still have to do this thing. Okay. So my plan got warped a bit. So am I going to blame Africa for this? No. You create other avenues. That's what we do. We don't give up. But I saw this in my own life. Okay, I'm here. I don't have a crutch. You see what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Just keep moving, stay focused, stay determined, and just never give up. That is pretty much the whole point, as far as being here and knowing why I'm here. I didn't just come and say, oh, let me go spend a few weeks and maybe I'll do it. That's not my mentality. That's not Eat Love Migrate at all. Eat Love Migrate is moving and going, you know what I mean? And we were supposed to be moving and going, but we decided to build, because that's what we do. We build, and then we'll move on to the next and build. And so anyways, another thing I want to say with regards to like the youth, because people will say, well, there's so much poverty, here and there, and it is true in certain areas. But also I want to work on this with time. I do believe that it has to do with mind state and the conditioning within, these environments. If you're not in environments where you are influenced by, let's say, mentors or teachers, educators that introduce these new ideas, that there is more, but within your arena, within your neighborhoods, within your communities. You see what I'm saying? Like how my interest is like agriculture, permaculture, getting into food forests and growing your food and all these things. I'm like, all of this is here, but it's not organized. There's no passion for it because they want to go do it somewhere else, or they want to go, and get rid of all of these natural things and go, sit in an office serving someone, and I marvel at that. And I'm just like, but they're trying to come over here and do it. Like they say the white people are doing this there. They're doing this. They're leaving their corporate jobs and they're going and they're organizing their lives and they're reclaiming their freedom and their independence by doing what you're doing. It's just more refined,
That's right.
So I think that's quite interesting. It's like, why not educate the children on cherishing and beautifying what they already have? Why do you have to go somewhere else to make someone else's things beautiful or to build someone else's economy? Why not have a sense of self-love, self-preservation, So that's what I have for that.
Fantastic. You made a very great point when you said that the people live in so much wealth, but they can't see it.
Okay.
That's the greatest work as Africans, wherever we are. I think Africa's only problem is the ignorance that we have, but the treasure that we have. That's the only problem. Because the other day, a lady called me. She listened to one of our programs on radio, and she said that I've been able to start a business with 40 cities because I listened to you. 40 Ghana cities. And she said, when she said that, I said, how? She said that, I just went to the market, bought some pepper, and put it on the table. People came to buy it, and now I've added more on the table.
That's right. There it is. There
See,
it is.
She heard us on radio. She's been having these 40 cities or more for years. But she heard it on radio that you can start wherever you are with whatever you have.
That's right. It's absolutely
You don't even have to have money. You don't even have to have the 40 cities to start that business on that table. If somebody believes in you, they will give you that 40 cities, or they will give you that pepper. When you sell it, you send the money back to them. Africa's problem has never been poverty, as they make us to believe. It's the miseducation, it's the wrong data, and it's not only with the so-called poor. It's not only with the people we call middle class, because they also have their problem where they are very happy working for multinationals when they speak English and they wear suit and tie, and they are giving loan to buy cars, and they are giving loans to buy some house. They think that they have reached somewhere. It's the same miseducation as the one on the ground. And I dare even say it's the same miseducation for the one who's up, who is trying to take everything that belongs to all of us for himself. So our only problem, I think, is the ignorance. It's never that another culture is far more better. No, I don't think so. I think that is in different shapes and different forms. We have to, but they have told us, they have equipped us with tools that can only argue in their favor. Therefore, we have weak argument. So for instance, you go to the village, a man has 2 wives. He goes to farm, he takes care of the family. The man probably is 90 years. And we will still go there and say that the man is living $1 on $1 a day, therefore he's poor. But this man does not even have, because he doesn't have a car, I will say, access to healthcare. But the man is 90 years. Which healthcare is it? Because living long and being healthy are 2 entirely different things. You have people who just live long, but they are not healthy. The whole system is artificial. So we have to have stronger, better system. But the education has weakened us. And I dare say the religion has also made us not so much confident in what we have as a people. So there's a lot that we all have to tell ourselves. That they say tribalism, for instance. Yes, it could be a problem. But we have lived together for all these years. So when you come, you have heard, tribalism is the same as racism. I say that's not true. You are ignorant. You say tribalism is the same as racism. Because in Ghana, the fact that you're in the Gumba does not prevent you from becoming the president. I can't say that because I'm a Santa man. Then it's not true. There's no system to pay you more than because you are different type than me. We have our own biases. Even families have their own biases. But on the grand scheme, we see ourselves as human beings. We have never seen one group as animals or less humans. So there is a lot that you have to look beyond the programming that you have had all your years in this culture. And I'm saying that it's not only in Africa, it's everywhere. So Mother Africa has been branded and promoted and handed to us as backward and poor. And all of us are going to battle with this all our lives. Where every day there will be something that will tell you, this is it. We told you so. These people are this. This continent is poor. They are not enlightened. They don't know. Every day you have to reprogram yourself. And I'm sure that is going to be a constant struggle all our lives, because it's been running. And so it's all of us is in us. So somebody does something to you, so we said it, people, they are not transparent. You always find an opportunity to ascertain or to affirm that program. And that program is not strong everywhere. So we have to now reprogram it. We have to be patient with the system. We have to be patient a lot. Yeah. And we have to share and train. We have to collaborate. We have to challenge a lot of the biases ourselves. Sometimes authorities, we really have to tell them, this is what we've been doing, and that's why everybody is saying. Because if Africa were promoted as England, I dare say that most of our African Americans all over or Caribbeans would have come here long ago. It is because Africa was promoted as backward and poor, uncouth, or civilized. That's why even when we are being killed in those countries, we still feel it's better. That's why sometimes you hear, oh, I'm blessed. When I went to Africa, then I found how much I was blessed to be in America. How much I was blessed. And they say that. I even read it in books, and it sank my heart when I went to Africa. But you forget that there are a lot of American companies here who are mining all the diamonds who don't pay even taxes. There are a lot of trade laws that have been set against ourselves. We've been told that don't go to Africa, go everywhere, but not Africa. Even our own people. That's why the whole family will be very happy when you get a visa. So this is very strong. And if I'm a graduate and I don't find a job here, that's why I'm saying that, I'm hopeless. I just have to do anything, cross the sea, cross the Sahara to get to Italy. And you go to Italy and the guy there is suffering. He's suffering big time. He's saddled in debt, and yet he still thinks it's better than that because of the program. Because if you program people in a particular way, that's it. And knowledge is light. Knowledge is light. Wherever there's darkness, when you shine the light, and the intensity of the knowledge that you have brings you freedom. And you cannot separate a man from his identity and the knowledge that he possesses. And if a man has no idea who he is, anybody at all can tell him who he is and he'll follow. And that's how you keep people in bondage for years, because they don't know who they are. The moment you know who you are, you find freedom. And that freedom comes through knowledge, strong knowledge. So anybody who is trying to teach you that what you have is negative and backward and poor, what the person is trying to do is to destroy your freedom, destroy your identity. And you'll never be great if you believe in that. So those are the philosophies that we work with. And so when we are doing business and there are challenges from our workers or challenges from institutions or government, we understand it from this point, that our core is to make a little contribution in our lifetime. So we won't sit back and just complain. It is complain and negative when you look at the problem and you do nothing about it and you preserve yourself. If you see the problem, walk into it and make a contribution. That's right. Then you are right. But you just sit back and tell us all the negatives and you don't do anything about it. We don't want to hear that. If you see that there's a problem with the school building, what can you do? Don't tell me that is the government work. The government is already, it. All right. So what can you do as an individual? What inspiration can you bring? You know how many young girls see you where you are and they are inspired. We have no idea the future for these young girls because they saw somebody who is doing it. Not only young girls, young boys who said that somebody had an idea. It was a woman. And she was able to do this. That's a big standard that you have set for them. Somebody could have just gone there and said that, no, this is Marcos people. I don't want to be associated with this. I preserve my interests and go. And then the same person will go and complain that the people are poor. But what did you do? Even if you didn't have money, did you teach them something? Did you share with them something? Did you learn something? So that's why I'm saying that when they continue to say that we are backward, it's because of lack of information. It doesn't matter their status. It doesn't matter. We have doctors, lawyers, government officials who fall into this. There was a time that I was listening to this big preacher in America. Big preacher, he was teaching he's from Ghana. He was teaching in England. And when he picked the microphone, or his example was, in our country, the tailor can just sew anything anyhow, and when you fit it, it doesn't fit. That's the example that he gave. Okay. There was another great business person from Ghana. He was talking to a big university in America. His examples were what? In Ghana, there are no addresses. My understanding at that time was these are people who don't know who they are. And so when they come in contact with this white system that runs the world, they crumble. So they come up with the negative examples, okay, to feed the status quo that we have had all these years. And I can tell you, we have a lot of them all over, everywhere. A lot of them are even presidents. That's why when they don't need the money, they go to take, but they will still go and take them, just to fill that hole that we are not able. That's why they will give the contract to another person other than themselves. That's why they will not equip their people. Why? Because they have no identity. They have no data apart from the data that they gave them, which is we came to colonize you. We took your slaves. We polished you. We gave you Christianity. We told you how to wear suit and tie and how to dance and have party. And what you can do is what? Is to sing. That's what you can do. I've heard people say that some people's gift that God gave them is ability to create and innovate. But the African, God gave us the ability to sing and do sports. That's a lie. We are strong in body. We are strong mentally. We are strong emotionally. And as a matter of fact, we are stronger. And they have done studies now to prove all these things. Okay? The problem is the data that they gave us. Now we have to challenge this data, because any data that is making you weak, don't be objective with it. When you see the snake in your room, you don't negotiate with the snake in your room. You kill the snake. You don't say that, well, let's give the snake 50% chance. Those are not things that work. They don't work. You kill the snake. You go all out to kill the snake, because you cannot sleep with the snake. The snake will kill you. So all this objectivity, the so-called objectivity that they have pushing us, is to make sure that we never get up. So I'm not objective when it comes to Africa. I am very much positive and optimistic. And I focus on the good things, the few good things. And as a matter of fact, there are not few. So many good things that we can see if you have the right data and the right understanding. And that's why you build anything. So if you're here and you're going to build a business, you want to build any institution, you must have this kind of data, because that is where your strength is actually coming from. If I can shoot you to doubt yourself, you have no strength. And that's what we do. And it makes you more forbearing, so to say. You're patient. You can give people long time to groom and to understand themselves. And these are the things that we all must understand. So when people are just talking and putting Africa anywhere, I say that it's the information that we all have, and we all have a lot to learn. They have told us that we know much. When I hear people talk, I can tell you, at the risk of sounding like I'm cocky and proud, I can tell you that a lot of our people, all that they know is from the classroom. Okay? And the classroom information cannot build Africa.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter if it's coming from Yale or Harvard or Oxford. That information, if it's like coming to Ghana to build a business and they come with the MBA, I can tell you it won't work. Why? Because the MBA model is built on somebody getting funding. After the idea has been tested, he can pull his credit card and go for loan, 5% a year or so. And if the idea works, he has investors that will give him money. In Ghana, I dare say we don't have those things. Our financial institutions don't have. They will not even allow them to have anyway. So our interest rate 30%. Okay, and you are not going to find investors easily like that. And I'm sure that everywhere African Americans or everywhere Black people are, when it comes to power, which is money or business, because they know that if the more you're able to build wealth, these people are able to build businesses and develop products, they will be powerful. You can't control them. So they will make sure that your source of funding, they will put a lot of elements in it to kick you out. And I'm sure if you go to anywhere that the white system runs, and it runs everywhere in this world, when it comes to the Black man, they will make sure that you don't have power, you don't have money. And that is true. And so when I bring the MBA here, and I'm going to build business with it, I can tell you that I will find job, not a business. Because it's opposite what we know. It's entirely opposite. Much of it is something that if you apply, it won't work. Why? Because I don't have the so-called instruments or tools on those models. They use tools to build those models. They don't apply here. All right. And that's why the market woman, if she tries to use those models, her business will fail. If you go there and you advise the market woman go for loan, it's 30%. You will kill her. All right? She will never grow. So this is it. So we have to build it and challenge all these so-called things. Because let's face it, the so-called billionaires that they have raised, as a matter of fact, it's just not just, it's not independent from all the things that they did to create wealth. It's just continuation. That's why when you see the list, you see that the Africans are not there. You say, oh, Africans are idiots. Who told you? Trading. It's like the way you go to South Africa, it's developed. Go to England, it's developed. You go to America, it's developed. You say, wow, everywhere Black people are, it's no development. What you don't know is that they coordinated. So if you're in South Africa, you look at us, you look like us. So we give you funds, we give you the technology, we give you the medicine. You are in Australia, you look at us, it's not because they were intelligent, no. It's transfer of technology. All right, based on color, to preserve the wealth for themselves. Right, and our people don't know this. So when one gets some opportunity to become a head, he said, my people are very lazy, we're just ignorant. It's structure. Wealth is systemic, it's structural. You must understand that. I did process engineering 2nd degree. Understand systems. Okay, and you cannot beat a system with an individual. You beat a powerful system with a powerful system. You beat that. So you build your own systems. And that's what we have to learn. That this thing that we are dealing with is a system. Why is it that BBC is always showing negative things about Africa? All the time. Look at CNN. Always negative. It's a system. We follow it through. We can overcome it with just one individual or just something just being positive. We must also build our system. And that's why the internet, for instance, the YouTube that they built and we are trying to use. If you try to throw any information that will wake your people up, they will come against it. Say that, this is not true. It's an error. Let's go and analyze it. So there's a lot that we all have to wake up and stop trying to be objective. Because the world system treats us the same. And they have accepted that we must be at the bottom. So when we try to be up, they come after us. You study history, you know how many times that they came after African Americans who tried to build anything. Anything. Especially businesses and finance. They'll come after you. They'll kill you. They'll take you out. They take you out quick. In Africa, any leader who tries to empower the people, they take you out. These are the things that we must learn them. We must learn and equip our people so that we can stand. Because we are very much intelligent. Very much intelligent. Take any African who has never even been to school. And look at the women that you deal with. They cannot write their name. And they're super intelligent. Look at the data they keep. Look at how they raise their children. The food they cook. When they go to the farm, the medicine they take from the farm. Where do you think that data is coming from? They will tell you that it's not science. What is that? So there's a lot. Look at COVID, for instance. They are telling us that no, you have to take vaccine. Why are you saying that vaccine is the only solution? Why do you have to say that is the only solution? Give us. You are saying that you are democratic. So why are you saying that is the only one? Give people options. Maybe you can take this, somebody else can apply a different solution. The essence is that people should leave, isn't it? No. You talk to doctors who are educated in this system. The only solution they give you is what? This is it. They cannot think beyond what the system has put in. And these doctors, it doesn't matter where they were brought up. They all talk the same. Right. All right. If you see anyone who is deviating, it's because of the information that he has had. beyond the system. Beyond the system. And so there's a lot. It's the same like our engineers or accountants. It's the same. They use the same accounting procedures, and yet when it comes to interest rate, they chalk there. They forget that the interest rate, 30% is unacceptable. You cannot do business with it. And so all your accounting principles don't matter. The person cannot pay that. So there's so much that we have trained, and we don't have the supporting system. So they are defending things that they cannot build on. And that's the African. That's the African. But the fact is that we all breed Africa, in spite of all the things that they have told us. My friend I started with, who was talking about all the negatives. He's still saying that, oh, I want to build some warehouse in Ghana. I was trying to ask questions. He said, what do you want to build in here? Just build it where you are. And his statement was that, I hope you have employed some people. I said, you don't have to hope. How many people have you employed in America? You live there. You are so much infatuated. You are so much in love with this system that oppresses you. And you still think that your people are very corrupt. The African leaders are very corrupt. You think that IMF is not corrupt? Who told you? So exactly. Don't use negatives only for yourself. You think that the Chinese are very clean? Which government in this world is not corrupt? But they will heighten and hype the one that comes to Africa, because Africa must always be in the negative definition. That was a system. It's in religion.
Can I add this, that I think that I come across conversations quite often where people, hold on one second. I noticed that many people place the blame on leaders a lot. This leader is doing this race of people is doing this. This government system is doing that. And I just sit back and I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's not something that entrepreneurs typically do, is worry about like who's doing. You'll look at your competition, but as far as like a progressive thinker, we're not worried about anyone. We're just trying to move forward, and get it done. If we see a weakness there, we try to strengthen it. That's it. We're focusing on options and possibilities, instead of this race or this color. And I marvel at that. Like, why are we worried about, yes, they're competition, but you're not at that level yet. If you're looking at the Lebanese, if you're looking at the Chinese, let them. What are you doing? Why are you blaming the leaders for allowing them to come? It's called business. Right. So if you're not strategic in business, of course you're going to be sitting there blaming. You know what I mean? So instead of blaming these government officials, why not be proactive in your own endeavor?
That's right.
Independent of that, there are plenty of corporations and private institutions, businesses where people, they don't mess with government like that. They're doing business. They're just doing their, unless they need to do international works with them. You understand? That's why I'm especially on the media, the YouTube. I noticed a lot. People they're mad at the Chinese. They're mad at the Lebanese. They're mad at anyone who's successful.
Yep.
Why is that?
Yes, because that is what it says. That blame somebody, blame the system, blame everybody, but don't do anything. And everybody must do it.
Or Africa is not giving enough liberty. Like this is another one. Africa is not allowing the diaspora to come back freely. They're not giving us passports. They're not doing. But if you were given those things, what would you do with it?
Okay. Okay. So you see, it's the blame. Yes. What would you do with it? It's the blame. But I think that we can all do our part and understand this and do something, than trying to just say. It's as if somebody was born to correct that, but not us.
Okay.
Nobody, even if it's the president, he was not born to correct that. You can correct that. You don't have to be a president to cause change. You can change a lot of people's lives, and you're just an ordinary citizen. So the complaining can go on and on and on, and we can sit in our room and always, we have 1,001 things to complain against our people on our continent. And you can be right 100%, but what can you change with those complaints? We have done it for years. Maybe we can try the other ones and see. But be ready. People will think that you are crazy. People will think that you don't know anything. People will think that you are not realistic. You are mad. You don't understand anything. You don't even understand the world. And they insult us all the time. But we push. because it's better to do something.
Yes. So how do we remain positive? how do we remain positive?
How do you remain positive? Set a course for yourself.
Yeah.
Set a course for yourself. Set an agenda for yourself. If you're building business, set an agenda. That is enough focus. If you're building an organization, set an agenda. Set something. You're building a farm. You're building maybe a financial institution. You're building school for children. Set an agenda. Do something against the negative. Do something. Provide solution. Do something beyond your comfort. Beyond you trying to get a Range Rover and having a house at Transaco or East Legon. That's not what we are looking for. Beyond you admiring just the nature and going to the riverside and having all your nice life. Life is not that. You can still be vacating and still be frustrated. But there's a call for all of us. There's a call. And I think rest is in that call. Nobody is at rest until they fulfill that call. You are not at rest. The rest is in the call. It's not in, I just want to go and rest and sleep. No, you can sleep and get back and you're tired because your life is not connected to something higher, And so all the things that frustrate you, something will frustrate you, something will frustrate me. What can you do about that which is frustrating? So if you have 100 of us doing something, do you know how much change we can bring? If you see anything in Africa you're not happy with, do something. You go to the government official, they frustrate you, you know that they are operating according to the level of knowledge they have. Talk to them. If they have 100 of us talking to them on the same thing, they will change. It's as simple as that. The other day I heard a story where they said that a community stopped the Chinese from doing galamsey there. I said, yes, you don't need the military. You just need a community that is conscious, that is informed. Stop the Chinese and they will stop them. Because we know that. So they say that the police say if government stay out and empower the community, they will stop everybody there. The chiefs can stop them. It's just empower the people. So Africa's future, I say, is not leadership. It's the enlightenment of the masses. Waking the masses up to say, this is yours, fight for it. Don't let anybody take it from you. If you see this person doing something and it's against the law, stop him. Ask him question. Don't just let him go. Stop him. If somebody is doing something which is illegal, they know. Even if a child questions that person, he will stop and listen. Because the power is with the one who is right, not the one who is wrong. So all of us, that's how you build a positivity. Anything that we can do something, no matter how small it is, because nothing is too small actually. No matter what, anything that you can do to empower the people to do something, anything that you can do something. What you have done, you have changed the story there. It's positive. You have changed so many people. That's it. And whatever any of us is doing, that's how we change it. So it's not so much we just talk about the negative. No, I'm not interested in it. Let's do something. Because indeed, what you know is not just what you say, but what you have produced. Nothing shows what you know more than the results that you have. You can talk, you can say all those, it's good. But the result, you have changed people's lives. You have built something. You have a product that shows that you know something. So all of us, let's do something, commit to something. Let's do something that is against all the negatives that they told us. All the negatives. We will have 1,001 reasons to give up. And they are all maybe legitimate, but life is higher than the negative reasons that we give ourselves. Yes. And we must understand that it is our call as Africans all over the world. Who treat us better? I don't know. I've never been anywhere that they treat Africans better in any way. Anyway, I don't know. They must promote us as very backward and ignorant people. Go to the remotest part of the world. If you see any dark people, they have separated them. Don't give them power. Go to India and see. Go to China. They hide them. Everywhere. Because of the system that has run this world all these years. And there was a time that the most powerful, the most intelligent were us. And we still are. It's not changed. It's not changed at all. And that belief is what makes you powerful. And once you are here, you can see clearly. So this objective thinking and balance it is just to break us. I don't believe in those. I don't believe in those. If there are any. There are any. Because when it's in the extreme, it will take the extreme to balance it. The damage is so much in the extreme that you cannot use average and objectivity to balance the system. If you leave it as it is and just practice being objective and being honest about it, they will continue to have the power and the money, and our people will still continue to be at the bottom. You know, and so we are not looking for the objective. We are looking for the optimist. We are looking for the crazy. We are looking for the ones who say that it cannot be done. It's you know, because I don't watch movies where I see them show, you know, foreign movies especially, where I see them show where the Africans are going to school and building industries. Don't see them. They never show them. Why are we so shocked of the movie of the interviews that Wadimaya is doing on all the businesses that people have built here? Why are they so refreshing? Why should they shock? We know about Apple and Microsoft and all those things, but our own ones, we have no idea. Why?
That's so true.
Show something. Because we've been fed that, oh, you don't have anything. You don't produce anything in Africa. You have nothing. And our people will even defend it with their blood. We don't produce anything in Ghana. So are you sure? So all the beautiful women here are what? Where were they produced?
That's right.
You mean we don't produce anything? What are you saying? So we have a lot of industries being built by young men and women all across Africa. We just don't know about them. And that's why we are that negative. So when somebody shows all the positivity, say, oh, wow. So somebody's building estate, somebody's building a processing plant, somebody's building financial company, somebody's building schools, somebody's building this. Now they inspire us. Those stories are inspiring so many people. They wake up. Nothing will wake you up more than a good story, you know, about your people and what they're doing. And so that's why people are glued to all these good things that are happening. They've been around all these years. The only thing is that they were not told. You know, they will show us the movies. They will show us Manchester United. They will show us Arsenal. They will never put a good business that a young man in Ghana has built or a young man in Kenya has built. And so those things breed these negativities in us, because then we believe that there's nothing being done here. You know, or maybe the government gave them money, and that's the normal excuse that they give. Oh no, you know, his brother is a minister of state. Nobody actually even believes. Nobody actually even believes that people could do things genuinely. I have friends, billionaires, who tell you that, oh, it's corruption, forget them. I said, no. If I go to Makola, those women, the businesses that they have built with their sweat. Or go to big cocoa farms, those people have built them. We have not put the camera on them. So majority of our people think that we have nothing. You know, majority of our people think we have nothing. So let's tell the story. Let's put them out. Let CNN show the negatives. Let BBC show all the negatives. No problem. But let's tell our own story. When it's concentrated enough, when the story is concentrated enough, nobody can stop it from moving. Nobody. You know, and these are how, I mean, one of the ways that we are going to challenge the system that has run for the last 700 years. Because the system was designed so that your people will ever be at the bottom. So anytime that we try to get money, they fight us. Anytime that we go to where power is, where decisions are made, they fight us. They want to tell you that they must tell you when to come. We challenge that system now. You know, so no matter where you are, where you live, we are the ones to change the story. And don't entertain the negatives. It will take you a while because the structures may not favor what you know, but it's still doable. And that's why all of us are doing anyway. But you need that resolve that there is nothing more than you to be positive about yourself, about Africa, because the negative, you were born into it and it's in you. You can doubt it, but it's in all of us. I go out and somebody crosses me and says, this Africa is that crazy. Any little thing, it will come up out of us. You know, but we will get up early in the morning and go to America, 2 a.m. to go and look for visa at the American embassy, and we have no problem with it. No problem with it. But we go to any government institution and we delay 2 hours. Government Ghana, nothing works. The system does not work. There's a little boy who is in England, who is in New York. He's a Ghanaian boy. He says that America is heaven and Ghana is hell. And you can see the system that he was born into. He has no idea that you have been programmed to hate himself. So he will show you all the nice things in America and say, it's because you're ignorant. Go and ask those who were born there. They will teach you about those systems, So that's we all have to learn. There's so much good stories. Let's push the good stories and let's stay off this sensationalism for likes. No, we are building. There will be problems. There will be challenges.
Absolutely.
We will disagree. We will fight. But the higher mission, the bigger vision is always there. And that one, we cannot compromise that. It's part of all the disagreements. I'm not afraid of fight. I can fight. I can disagree with you. But we have to look at the big picture. What is the big picture? It's bigger than all of us. All of us. So yes, we want to hear from you as well.
Okay. Can you see me? They're saying that they can't see me, that my screen is frozen. Is my screen frozen?
Yes, it's frozen, but we can hear your voice. I can hear your voice.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have anything else to add. Let me think for a second. I think that the only thing that I can add to this is just the constant reassurance of positivity, no matter what. I mean, that's something that I exercise daily. That's something that I believe in, that I hold wholeheartedly. It's a part of my fiber. I can't be negative. Even if I'm pulled into negativity, I don't hold it long, because it's not going to do any of us any good. It's not productive. You can't get things done. You can't focus. You can't build, so we have a lot in store, not just me, but even the people I'm associated with, my connections, my sponsors, my collaborators. You understand? It's not just a me party in Africa. It's a team of people that work together for the betterment of the communities or the business. So positivity is where it's at, even if it hurts some people's ears and eyes. It's something that's needed to recondition the mind into being more progressive and not focusing on this bothers me right now, because some people through the conditioning, through the programming, they get kind of wired to get stuck, or become static in ideas. And I'm even guilty of that. I've had to condition myself and work that out as well. But we must focus on what's in front of us and move forward, and not on the static idea of something that is emotional or something that may have harmed us or hurt us or whatever. Even, on the continent, you might come across something that you disagree with or do not like, but you don't throw away the whole continent for just, minor disagreements.
That's right.
We hope to be adults and grow up and be mature in our in whatever it is that we're going through. So just whatever it is that any of you have planned, just stay focused on that. Like an ant. You're focused. That's it. Yeah.
That's true. And you see, because out of the positivities that we have built all these years, we love you to our whole heart. See, our heart is big enough to accommodate you, everything. All right, and that's because of the conditioning. Look at how you talk with Marie, for instance. It's the conditioning. We are not looking for negative.
Yeah.
And it makes you a good person. And you are able to put up and welcome. I do business, and sometimes I know that this person is not straightforward, is not honest, and that his tactics is not to use A is A or B is B. And sometimes I just tell them, listen, this thing, it does not work. If you continue to do that, your business, you will crash. Because the people that I've seen who are always trying to solve issues by lying, they end up losing. So I tell them, you may have known this kind of style of doing business all your life, which is trick people, don't put out the whole story, but nobody is cheated more than you. You get destroyed, because for you to build business, you need credibility, and nothing secures your business more than credibility. So when you are tricking and trying to be fast, I'll tell you, it's because of the environment that you were exposed to, the people you work with. So you think that is how it is. It is not the way forward. You need good people to trust you as a business person. So when you are hot, somebody can stand in and say, no, this one I can put my neck there. He's a good man. So give him time. And nothing will save you more than that. When you go down, nothing will lift you more than your credibility, more than your character. So I understand. So they can be cruel. The decision is for them to take, but I tell you that I can make you. If you're not going to go down today, you go down tomorrow. Because somebody gives you money you don't want to pay. Somebody does good thing for you, you go back and malign them or slash them. Okay, go ahead. But it will not kill anybody more than you. You know, because you cannot get a good man now. In business, your character is everything. So I'm able to accommodate whoever you are, because I understand that there's a lot. And that's what we have to have for all our people. There's a lot that we all have to learn, because you are dealing with a lot. As Africans, we are dealing with a lot, you know, and it's all over. And so we have to have that kind of big heartedness, if it's English word like that, you know, for all of us. And we have to have trust and belief in our people. We have to work together. We've been working together, I believe so, but we need to take it to all levels. All levels, where you accommodate. If the young man is learning and he makes mistakes, don't throw him out. Because you are all like that, I don't want to deal with you. But nobody's teaching him. How about he wants to learn? You're not even gracious enough to say that maybe let me talk to him and give him another chance and see. You know? So most of us are not trained and brought up because of the mistrust, because of the negativity, because of the stereotype. So that all of them are like that, so throw him away. We'll all come and do the same thing. No, we have to lift ourselves beyond that and give people opportunity and say that, let me see what you will become. And by so doing, we will change generations. You know, we change generations.
Thank you, Kwabena. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, I'm sure. Let me because these are the things.
Okay, my battery, I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know this battery is getting low on me. I don't have any outlet. So.
Oh, sorry. But maybe if you want somebody to call in, 1 or 2 people to call in, you can do that.
Yeah, it's going. It's going. Let me leave. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to share the link now. If anyone would like to come in, ask a question, add some insight, you are invited. It's there. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I truly appreciate, you know, this topic. It is extremely relevant. It is something that is 100% needed at the top of the poll, you know, and anywhere in the world, if you're optimistic, things, you know, even if you go have challenges, you know, it'll help you through, you know, that's what I live by. People that have been with me for years here on YouTube, they know that I'm a big time optimist. No matter what, you know, we have challenges, we're still going to smile through. We're still going to get through it. You can pull me down. You can throw fire on me, all of these things, but I'm not, if I'm here, I'm not. Let's see. Is this Mike? Let's try again. Yeah. Is this Mike or Mick? Welcome. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Unmute your mic, please.
Yeah, my mic is mute.
Yes.
Oh, you're on. Is your name Mick?
Mike.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome, Mike. Feel free to share. We're here with you.
Yeah, for what you are doing. My brother saying.
Welcome, Masa.
A great job. I've been listening to you for some time now, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, and you are inspiration. I mean, the things that you've been saying is true. We have been focusing on the negative all the time, you know, but then we have forgotten that we still have some good in us that we can use it to uplift ourselves.
That's right.
So I just call in to let you know that, hey, some of us, the things you are saying is bringing us back to our consciousness.
Thank you.
And we are happy that you are doing it. And keep doing it, keep pushing, you know.
Wow.
And encourage some of us here in the West, you know, and it's bringing us, you know, to our consciousness and also helping us to reason to the positive directions. So I just call in to let you know that, hey, somebody's out here, not just me. I know a lot of people out here listening to you. And I've been sharing your stuff to some of my young friends, you know, who are just like out here in the West thinking everything is here. You know, I keep telling them, hey, we got to think home. We got to make sure that we going back and building something for our people in the future. So, you know, keep pushing. We are here. We are believing in you and the things we say. So I just want to thank you for the things you are doing.
It's refreshing. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right.
I appreciate this.
God bless you.
God bless you too, brother.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Anyone else want to come in? You're free to come.
Yes.
We are here.
I was about to talk about work ethics. When people complain about the way our people work. When the way we complain about our work ethic, I say that have a plan and train them. Train them, develop them.
There it is. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they're doing something that you don't approve of, sorry, go ahead. There must be a delay.
No. Okay. I was saying that don't complain. Don't say that, oh, they don't know how to work, they don't come on time. All those are still the program, you know, because somebody define you that you will never be good. Train them. Don't keep saying those things to them. Train them. Be patient. Some of them it will take him 1 year. Some of them it will take him 2 years. Some of them it will take them 3 years. They've known this all their lives. Their grandparents were told the same thing. Train them. You see that some of them will become the best of people that will work with you. You know, because you believe in them, you expose them, you give them duties, they make mistakes, you correct them, and you are patient with them. You see that half of your team will live up to that if you're building. So we need that. Don't focus on, they will tell you this. No, have a good program and see. You will have a lot of them who will be that kind and happy and grateful to work.
Or maybe they're used to Western style of customer service.
Yes.
You know, the commercialization of customer service, which there's nothing wrong with. It's a form of customer service. But when you reach the continent, depending on the country that you visit, you might experience something a tad bit different. You know, do we go and talk to those things? We say, you know what, in my business, I want to have it run like this. So therefore, I'm going to train the person or, you know, the system. This is how it works. You know, this is what I want you to do right here. And then you explain to them why it's a good thing. You know, we're going to smile at everyone that enters in because we want them to feel great about their experience. You know, or whatever the policies are for the whatever company, you know, that's just something that it just depends on the leadership style, you know. We have one more here. Helen.
Hi, yes, I've been following.
Go ahead, Kwabena.
Hello to your guest.
Sorry about that.
How do you pronounce your name, sir?
Welcome, Helen. And that is Kwabena.
Kwabena, welcome. Yes. I listened to you. Everything you said is correct, but there's such a disconnect between diasporans and Africans. Tell me, how can we connect from the disconnect that's been going on between us? And as you can see, my ancestors came from Africa, but I'm mixed with slavery.
I think that, thank you for the question. I think that much of it is that both of us were kept, both of us were kept in ignorance about ourselves. So we don't know much about you, and you don't know much about us. And that was intentional. That was intentional. The things that they taught us about you were not so great. The things that they teach us about you now in movies are not so great. The same with us. And the thing that they teach us or they teach you about us, it's still not good. I'm sure largely the media in this Western world teach it, the things that they show in Africa, it's nothing. Let's face it, it's nothing. It's inhuman. And therefore, you will not be proud to connect with us. You'll feel fortunate to be in America. Until you start. I mean,
I don't feel fortunate being. I don't feel fortunate being in America. I want to be accepted by my own people because I am not accepted with any other race on this planet. I know where I came from, and I know where my ancestors came from, but I am not accepted. So I just want to be accepted.
Yeah, and much of it is all.
I understand what you said. I understand what you're saying. But when Africans come to America, they feel as if they're better than Americans. I know some Africans.
Yes. It's because of the same teaching. It's the same teaching. It's the same teaching. It's the same teaching. It's the same teaching in the school. It's the same teaching on TV. It's the same teaching in the church. If I go to the church, they have painted Jesus white there, and his blue eye.
That's true.
His mother Mary is also white.
Right.
The people here live in the best of places. I want to live there because Jesus is white. Heaven is white. That's the program. So until I know something better, why would I want to be with a black man who the devil is black anyway? That's the system. You know, that's what they have told us. So subconsciously, it's a daily battle. Even those of us who have learned small, we will still fall in a lot of places because it's a daily battle. We've been pushed with this data all our lives. You know, so when I come, I would want to deal with that one than to deal with people who look like me who have gone through the same struggles or harsher struggles. So it's the information. And the moment we start to have good information, we will see the lines. We will see, no, we've been lied to. And that our people
we're seeing those lies now. I want to say this before I go. ES, you are one strong sister. And keep it up. You're beautiful. I've given you comments like that throughout your videos that I watch. Keep it up. Don't let you, just like you said, keep up that good energy, the good spirit that you have, and you will make it. You're strong, you're gorgeous, and more power to you. And I'm so bad with names.
Thank you.
Kranaba, thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Kwabena.
God bless.
Kwabena. Kwabena.
Kwabena.
Very much,
Thank
Ellen.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kwabena.
It's fine. It's okay. I'm okay with it.
Next week. Can I invite you back next week so that we can continue this conversation? Can I invite you back so that we can continue this conversation?
At your service, sister.
Yeah, I think that this is something that I would like to continue with you as a co-host because there's just a lot of different ideas out there that have been bombarding people's minds, like reconditioning with ideas that may not be necessarily true, you know. And so just to hear Helen, you know, say, you know, the Africans are like, she might have a point when it comes to America because America does certain things to us there. But once you come to the continent, it's completely different. You know, I mean, you might enter into some, you know, weird stuff or whatever. The whole world is weird, but chances are you're going to find your connection or your tribal. That's just what it is. I mean, when I arrived in Ghana, even though I was supposedly passing through, obviously not. Because when it comes to the continent, you don't know what to expect. It's just gonna happen, you know. So that's why I say just travel and just get a feel of it. If you are connected here, you will find your connection. It's no doubts about it. If not, then you're gonna go on back where you belong. You know, that's life. Let them know how they can find you before we head on out of here. How can they find you, Kwabena? Your YouTube channel?
Obindako Network is my YouTube channel, and it's there. My number is also there.
Darko Network, right? Because I saw that one.
Yes, I can send you. And,
okay, all of his information is in the, yeah, your channel name is, because I saw that there was a slight change with the network. You said
yes.
something, Kwabena Obeng Network. Okay, so that they can type that in. You can put it there in the comments. Yeah. Now, if I leave out, I do believe you can continue. Okay. Can you invite someone to the chat? Do you have that?
Let me see.
You have that available?
I'm not sure. I can't.
Okay. Because if so, then
you're almost. No, it's okay. I think we have done good.
Because I'm just thinking I can leave it open because my laptop's getting ready to go dead.
No.
And I'm like, wait a minute. No, I do believe I can leave it open. It's okay. All right. All right. I was just gonna leave you. I was gonna leave you here, but it's okay. So, all right, you guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Huh?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yes, you can wrap up.
Okay, we're wrapping. All right. Okay, Kwabena, thank you so much for coming on and sharing. Thank you, Marie, for this great topic. We must continue on. I think I've learned so much just listening to you. So I truly appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure many will appreciate what you've shared today as well. And thank you all so much for coming in and listening. I'm a bit rusty, but I needed this. And I appreciate you for nudging me along. Yeah. So Kwabena is one of my mentors, you guys, just in case you wanted to know. So please go on over. All right, let's move forward.
Thank you.
All right, I thank you so much. You all take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you next week sometime. Okay. Thank you again. Okay. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.